Thank you for coming back to Polka Dot Mailbox, and if you're new, welcome. Today I am making rosettes. I am cutting a strip that's 12 by 1 1/4, and then I'm scoring at every half an inch along the way. I'm doing it twice to make sure that the line is strong enough to pick up the fold well, and I am making this after I watched a tutorial by Paperventures. She has a tutorial on her channel, and I'll link it down below so that you can see how she made hers. Like I said, this is my first time, so this is all new to me, but I've been really inspired by some happy mail that I've received. I've received some rosettes made out of like a crate paper, cupcake liners, and even some mini rosettes, and they're all so useful when you're creating your own handmade embellishments, cards, scrapbook layouts, etc. So I decided to give it a whirl and try some of my own. So you create the accordion fold on all the lines that you scored, and then you glue the ends together. And you can glue the ends, I think, both ways, because here I've glued them like face to face, and then other times I've glued them like valley, like up to the rise and down. So it seems to have worked either way, but the tricky part is like gathering it all together. You basically just sort of smush it in to a circle, and then you use your glue. After you cut out a 1-inch circle, you put some glue, and you have to use a sturdy glue to hold this in place. And then it keeps everything all together. So you hold that tight for a while to make sure that it stays. And then I used some embellishments. So the bundle I'm using here is the Jen Hadfield Patio Party bundle. It's a mini album bundle that I created a summer 2018 album with, and I had lots of leftovers still, even after creating an entire album. So I decided to create some pretty embellishments to gift into my happy mail. So I'm using up the ephemera and the flowers, the twine, all the elements are here to make this fantastic little set of rosettes. So I thought it would be a good way to use up some products and experiment with making some of my very own. So I'm just gluing everything into place. I really wanted to use that one-dimensional sticker as well as the flamingo, but it was too much color in the background because the paper was so colorful on that side. So I decided that I would create a second one with a more subtle background so that I could use that really colorful dimensional sticker as the focal point for it. So I come in again measuring the same 2 strips of 12, and I even line them up even though I was measuring them. I find with this score cutting tool, it can be kind of tricky to measure things exactly. Like I'm not sure, because there's a divot for the scoring, I'm not sure where in the divot to line things up. At the beginning, at the end, in the middle. So sometimes I'll come back with something like this that you want it definitely to be so precise that they're lining up and matching with each other. I'll sometimes lay it on top and just make sure I've got it exactly the way I like it. So again, another accordion fold for each of the sides of the paper, and then glue together. I think I glue these ones different. Like I think I do the peaks and valleys. Yeah, so I like the way that looks better. It looks more continuous. The last time I did it differently. So like I said, this was my very first time making rosettes, so it was a bit of an experiment, and I'm happy to have figured out how to create them because it was really quite simple, and they add a very pretty design element to any project. So I'm excited to try this with more different patterns of papers as well as different types of textures of materials and things. So one thing that I really liked when I made my cover for my album was putting a little piece of twine in amongst that dimensional sticker. It has so many layers on that dimensional sticker, and it was fun to tuck even a few more elements in there, like this little wood thicker and little twine, and just gives so many interesting things to look at. The album, I was thinking after, would make a really good album for a summer even winter escape. If you were going to do a cruise or a tropical vacation and you wanted to make a little mini album, that collection is perfect for that because it's got all the beautiful colors, and you could put like a week's worth of activities all in to the one album and have a nice memory of your trip. So here are the finished products, very colorful and pretty. I'm going to package them up and send them off in some happy mail that I have planned out. So I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you coming by my channel. If you wanted to give me a thumbs up if you like this video, if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love to have you along. So I thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again next time.